All right. Now we're working. I had no audio going into my ears. It was all going somewhere else. I don't know. All right. We're working this time. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Aye. So apparently the webcam version of YouTube is not quite perfect yet. Because I tried that first, nothing worked, and then I tried some other means, and nonetheless, strike three, we're here. We are alive. Jeez Louise, I hate it when that happens. I really do. Put the first two failed tries on private so people don't keep going into them like, well, what the hell is this? All right, so now I did talk about this just in case you missed my show last night with the Total Nonstop Impact guys. Or guy, it was just Trent and I. And we covered this at length. But if you don't watch that podcast, I wanted to put the content on here as well and talk about it. And get your thoughts as well going into this. And once again, I do, and yeah, some of this I am going to repeat for the sake of repeating because it is on a different channel. But like I said, not everybody watches that podcast. Some of you just come here, so that's fine. So Bill, I'm going to give credit again to Bill Mack because he messaged Trent and I about the Voices of Wrestling article that broke first. Apparently it was from their Patreon, I'm finding out now. And I don't know, they obviously have a connection to someone in the line of, Anthem or Impact or Access or whatever. They found out for someone. But we've been hearing all these back and forth things about Impact trying to cut a deal with Impact trying to cut a deal with AXStv, find a new home, all this stuff. We've heard ups and downs and negotiations and backtracks and all that stuff. And it's just frustrating because every time we heard new news, the story changed. It didn't get better. Oh, there's still talks going on. It was so generic. So when Bill shared this Voices of Wrestling stuff with me saying, oh, it was from this source, they're saying that it's in the final stages, I was like, hey, that's great. I hope it is, but I'm not gonna jump up and down about it now until it's legit, until it's confirmed, until we see a press release. So-and-so's doing this with so-and-so and it's official from whatever company. And I was like, hey, crossing my fingers. We all are. And I went on about my day. I had to go do some other stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom, saw it shared all over the place. It's official that the parent company to Impact Wrestling, Anthem, has acquired AXStv and HD Net, whatever it is. HD Net Movies, which was the original home a while back to Ring of Honor, which is interesting. So now the funny thing about this, when I got home and I started doing research and I was prepping to go live with Trent last night, I looked into this more and found out that there was a much bigger picture to this. Diving deeper into this, it wasn't just Anthem acquiring AXStv. It was a deal that took over 2 years to go, to come to fruition. And Uncle Steve, aka Steve Harvey, from his own show, his podcast, Family Feud, whatnot, he's all over the place. He is now a member of the board of directors of Anthem Sports and Entertainment. I did not realize that he was a partner with Mark Cuban in owning AXStv and other stuff. So yeah, that just blew my mind. And they're looking. Anthem is going to look to make Steve Harvey a content creator, amongst other things. So I jokingly said last night, I'm like, all right, when are we going to see Steve Harvey versus Moose? Just joking. I don't really want to see that. But he says he was at the right place at the right time. And they approached him a couple years ago about some stuff. And it was made official yesterday. And, and everyone's saying, all right, Malcolm, what's up, man? Welcome. Everyone's been patiently waiting for some positive news on a new home for Impact Wrestling. And I mean, they say, well, we can assume now that they're going to go to AXStv. I never assume anything in wrestling anymore. But damn, it's looking like they're going to end up on AXStv now, which is going to be a great home because, I mean, it's right up my alley. Being, I'm in my 40s. I like my rock and roll. I like my wrestling. I'm a simple man. I don't watch a billion different shows. Those are my two loves, music and wrestling. Which, speaking of music, this Friday I'm launching on Anchor FM. Go to anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast. I'm launching J-Bone's Jacked Up Jukebox. And it's going to just talk about my whole just love for music. And Trent from the Total Nonstop Impact podcast is going to be my first guest. And just getting to know him a little bit better, because 99% of our conversations are about wrestling, but I don't really know a lot about him. So I really kind of just dug into the mind of Trent and in his band and music and everything, and came up with what I feel is a great first episode. So that'll be launching this Friday. Keep an eye out for that. But yeah, man, I'm so excited for this, and the thought of what this really means for Impact Wrestling. There's finally someone investing in Impact Wrestling. There's going to be more. I mean, it means more opportunities, period. It really does. Basically, Steve Harvey is an investor in Anthem Sports. He's at the table now, which means things are just going to get better. Now, does that mean that Impact right off the bat is going to start selling out arenas? No. They're still on that climb out of where they were, handful of years ago when their company was just crumbling. I mean, there was some positive spots along the way, but man, there was some rough spots over the last few years. Identity crisis, what you call it, whatever, bad booking, everything. But now, with them potentially being on Access TV, now with this merger, this business deal is officially come to fruition. We still have to wait. We don't know exactly what they're going to announce and when. I'm sure I'm sure the wheels are turning. I'm sure there's a lot of things in play, and it's just a matter of time over the course of the next, say, weeks to leading up to Bound for Glory for some big announcement to take place. Hopefully sooner than later. And as we were talking about last night, as far as what would be a good fit, well, Access TV already has a Saturday Slam, which includes Wow Women of Wrestling and New Japan. Now, that is quite the combo. And as much as it would make sense to be like, oh, we'll just throw Impact in there as well. That's a lot of wrestling. That's a lot of content. I don't watch New Japan on there a lot. I've been waiting for months now for WoW to come back, and I've been very excited about that. By the way, you can catch the review of the first episode of season 2 on there if you are so interested to. RB says when they do go to Access TV, it needs to be all fresh logos, buildings, everything. Well, they have been touring. So, they have been going to new places consistently. So that's, that is one major positive thing that they have been doing over the course of the last 2 years. But I'm sure with a fresh start on a new network, I'm sure we're going to see new logos and there's going to be a whole new fresh, whatever. I'm sure the presentation is going to stay similar. Depends on, if they really put a whole crap ton of new coin into the company, then, they can look into changing some stuff. I'm okay with how they're presenting stuff. It's edgier. It's different. Set up some standards and practices. Well, I'm sure that's already in place. We as fans have to know all the behind the scenes stuff. We shouldn't know all the behind the scenes stuff. That's not up to us. But nonetheless, I wanted to get on here and talk about that and get your opinion too. Are you stoked about this? It's a bit of a waiting game now. We have this positive news. I think it's just a matter of when. A lot of people want them just to go back to Thursday nights. That way it's free and clear of all the other chaos that's going on out there. There's no Wednesday night wars. I know they were part of some Wednesday night stuff for a while. What was it? Ring of Honor and Impact were back to back on a network, and also at the same time as Lucha Underground and all sorts of stuff. But Thursday night is pretty much free and clear. That'd be great. That was always kind of their night, I think. Malcolm says, don't want to get ahead of myself. Do you think we may see an Impact Wrestling and WoW Superheroes partnership? Well, we already see some of the Impact Wrestling ladies on WoW. maybe somewhere down the road, I'll tell you what, there's some women on Wow, Women of Wrestling that I would really like to see on um, on Impact Wrestling. One of my favorites on there is Jessie Jones. I love her character. I love her charisma. Her in-ring work is really unique for who she is as a wrestler. You know, you think, oh, she's redneck. She's going to be just a mud stomping, ass kicking woman. No, all of a sudden she comes out with an R bar and she's undefeated and she's making everybody tap out. I think that's really unique. So she's one of my favorites on there. I love the Beast. Eye Candy, unfortunately, had a horrible injury sometime earlier this year, last year, whatever it was. I forget exactly when it was. It must have been this year. And whatever it was. But yeah, I liked her. So yeah, there's a handful of girls on there that I really like. Nicole Savoy's on there, Steffi Slays. I don't know who's all coming back for this season, but they're introducing tag teams. It's a whole fresh start for season 2. It's continuing some storylines as far as the championship hunt and all that kind of stuff. Be great if they work together. Yeah, RB. Yeah. A couple of wild superheroes matches. I'm a fan of Steffi Slays and Lana Starr. Yeah, Lana Starr. Yeah. All sorts of talented women on there. And like I said in my season 2, episode 1 review, you got to remember it's not a wrestling company. It's a TV show like Lucha Underground was. So when the presentation may seem a little over the top, it's a little exaggerated. Dave McLean might be a little loud, a little dramatic. You got to remember, this is Hollywood. You know, there's going to be a lot of old school stuff when it comes to presentation in that show, but it's got a new feel because it's all, young up and coming women in the world of wrestling. And yeah, so, but back to Impact. So yeah, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this new partnership does affect New Japan, Wild Women of Wrestling. Gettysburg, yeah, what's up, man? 150 million homes will get Impact Wrestling. Woohoo. Yeah, yes, that number is out there. That is a great number as far as potential homes to be in. We know that Impact Wrestling is not going to get watched by 150 million people. But knowing that that number is out there and it is so much more tremendous than what they had on Pursuit, and considering Pursuit's getting dropped and there's just negative stuff going on with Pursuit since day one that they got put on there. 2019 started. It's just that can happen in the future, though. Hey, the world of professional wrestling is growing. I feel like over the course of the last year or so, we're in another boom period. I think there's a lot of people who haven't watched wrestling in a while coming back to that. So yeah, there's so many different flavors out there, It's crazy. What happens if WWE fanboys get tired and turn the Impact on AXS? What if, right? Hey, I got tired of it last year and focused on other stuff. That's why primarily I was doing Impact stuff on here for the longest time. Started doing MLW, which I still have to catch up on. Started doing Wow Women of Wrestling, just because, a friend of mine was messaging me about stuff going on Raw for the Go Home show. And I'm like, dude, I just haven't watched lately. I just really got no opinion on it. I'm sorry. I may watch this Sunday, but chances are I'm not. I'm just not excited about it right now. I'm excited about the future of certain people going there. But what's going on between Raw and SmackDown, I just really don't care. I am curious about what they're doing with NXT, though. I am going to be following that. Excuse me. The Wednesday Night Wars and whatnot. I am curious about that. Green ropes and logos are what people are saying. Oh, I don't know. I'm go back to the GFW stuff. Oh, there's another lawsuit from Jarrett. Excuse me. Is AEW on cable or is there a streaming site to watch? They're going to be on TNT in a month. All their stuff is all over social media. Just go to any of theirs and go check it out. Last WWE show was January 1st. Oh, reunion and regret it. That's funny. Demon Rocks, what's up? Well, I heard a rumor that AXS is doing all MMA on Fridays, all wrestling on Saturdays. Yeah, they've got MMA too. Yeah, man, they got rock stuff and MMA and all sorts of stuff. I don't know. WWE 1996, 2019. I'm 28, was born 1990. If people want to know how fanboy I was until 2019. I watched Impact since Spike TV debut. Wow. Yeah, that was big. TNT have an app service or no? I really don't know. They're a big channel on cable. They're also featuring their stuff on BR Live. I don't know if the show is going to be on BR Live, but the main show, which we're supposed to get an announcement soon as far as what it's called, is on TNT. I don't know. You dude, you got to look it up. I don't know. I'm going to watch it on cable. AXS should make Anthem look better for indies and sign up for TV distribution. Yeah. It's just going to put more eyes on everything involved with Impact Wrestling. So that's good. You're waiting for Impact Plus on PS4? I'm waiting for it on Xbox. Debuts on Impact as GM. Oh, that's rich. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? I don't think so, but I don't think he's going to take a bump anytime soon. It's closing down in the U.S. I don't think it ever was in the U.S. It's up in Canada. I've been on the website. I've never seen the channel. I thought the channel was up in Canada. Would be hilarious. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. I wanted to come on here and talk about it. Damn. But please, if you want to hear more discussion from me on this, go check out last night's show I did with Trent, the Total Nonstop Impact podcast. We always have a blast. That's what we opened the show with, was the big news. I jokingly said the big news was Johnny Swinger, signing a multi-year deal to Impact Wrestling. But no, I am excited about that because I love the promo. I love the character that they debuted this last week. But no, that was a joke. So they have a U.S. version. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I never seen it. I go to the website. You can watch it like their diary things on there. He's on Axis board or Anthem board, so it's he's on Anthem board. Yeah, that's in the if you go to steveharveyfm.com, there's the announcement is on there from yesterday plus audio. I'm not going to play that on here, but it's about a 10-minute audio bit of him and his group talking about how it all like kind of came about, which is actually really interesting. You should go check that out if you haven't. Because that was before Trent and I went last night. I found this and I was like, whoa, this is actually a lot bigger than I think people are expecting, because it's not just, oh, Impact gets a new home. No, there's a bigger picture surrounding this whole thing with Mark Cuban and Steve Harvey and this everything that's going on. So we just gotta wait and see. We just gotta wait and see what's gonna get announced when. But we gotta just congratulate him for now and just wait patiently. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It just means a better, brighter future for everyone involved. So you gotta assume. Swinger was hilarious. Yes. Anthem is a $3 billion company. How much was WCW? Oh, I have no idea. WCW sold to WWE for pennies on the dollar. It was so sad. Like a couple $1,000s or something. What the final deal was, it was just ridiculous. But there was a much bigger picture to that too. TNT did not want wrestling on their programming anymore, and Ted Turner was completely out of the picture by then. Whatever Ted wanted, he wasn't going to get because there were people above him on the board that controlled all the strings. That's the bigger picture of that. So that's why that all went to shit. And then Eric Bischoff was going to try to relaunch it somewhere else or something. That fell through, and next thing we knew, Vince McMahon is sitting there like this, and that's all that went. Oh, see, yeah, I was a huge WCW fan. Love Goldberg and Sting, yeah. I say BFG Impact goes live. They might announce it then. I don't know. We gotta wait. 6 million, maybe. I didn't think it was that much, but it could be. Oh, Impact shows after Bound for Glory. Yeah, I don't know. It's because we're getting into fall programming, which all starts within the next couple months. So hopefully. I would love a live show. But, for now, we get the tapings, which as long as they're produced and the content is good, I really don't care how they do it. But whatever, What if Shane really owned WCW? Yeah, right. What if? AXStv is a great opportunity for the current Impact Wrestling superstars and future stars. Yeah, I agree. Check it out. It says 4.2 million. Cheap. Yeah, I didn't think it was that much. But yeah, that is pretty cheap. considering billionaire Ted. Yeah, but yeah, it's a different time. Different time. Yeah. Off subject. Who do you have going into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame? They haven't mentioned nothing yet. I'm a little surprised. Um, if they were doing the Hall of Fame thing this year, oh gosh. What last year was what? Abyss? Um, I would say, gosh, I don't know. There's so many. I mean, there really are. Ken Shamrock, hell yeah, that's a notable name. Why not? First TNA NWA champ. Um, Amazing Red. I mean, I know a lot of their former X Division guys are tied up in other companies right now. Maybe they could set up something and have a tag team like Christopher Daniels and Kazarian come back. That way they both get in the Hall of Fame. I mean, typically I would love to see like Samoa Joe or Styles, any of those names, Bobby Roode. James Storm is in the NWA, and Corgan's always up for negotiating with anyone. So that honestly is probably going to be the best bet if I had to really guess. You know, um, I mean, all those guys go back to practically day one. Day one ish of early TNA days. So any of those, really any of them. Eli, what's up? Hey, J-Bone. I'm MLW. My God, that match. Impact. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I've got a lot of catching up to do, and I'm sorry I haven't done it on here. I will get the MLW stuff back on here, man. No spoilers, but I'm sure Alexander won. Hammerstone. Hammerstone's great, isn't he? But he's in the NWA now. Yeah, he's their North American champ now, I think, or whatever it is called. Joey Ryan. Okay, so the rumor is that Joey Ryan was backstage at the Vegas tapings and was recording content, or they were filming content with him. Beyond that, I have no clue. So, haven't looked at matches or anything. If you get Storm, get Harrison, and put in AMW. Hell yeah, man. AMW. Loved them. One of my favorite tag teams back. Oof, man. A lot of years ago. 15 plus years ago. Jeez Louise. It's new management, so I can see them working with companies for Impact Hall of Fame. Yeah. I mean, if it's an appearance, why not? Where the hell is Chris Harris? I don't know. Heard he was backstage somewhere at some point. So it's some company. I don't know. He was recently online. Umaga's cousin or brother, I think, is awesome in MLW. Oh, Fatu. That's Umaga's son. I want to say son. I'm not sure. I forget. I haven't talked about him for a while, so it slipped my mind. Andre, what's up? I was speaking with Impact Wrestling employee today, and he was either playing dumb regarding Access holding out on me, or it's not real news. I'm sure they just don't want to say nothing yet. They want to let the company announce it when the time is right. They don't want too much stuff leaking, which is obviously going to be hard, but it's understandable. Umaga's uncle to Fatu. Okay. But damn, does he look like Fatu? Oh my goodness, right? So, all right, now we're getting off track, but that's okay. I love it when you guys blow up the chat and come up with different topics to discuss. But so yeah, that's my thoughts. Wanted to get on here and talk about it. Like I said, if you want to further the discussion on it. Or see a further discussion on it with me and Trent, go to last night's Total Nonstop Impact podcast and go see our discussion. It's right at the start of the show last night. We opened up with the news on that, so you don't have to go searching all the way through an hour and a half worth of content. So that's a quick find right now. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin would be great choice for Hall of Fame. Yeah, I heard Alex Shelley just wrestled Aries. I've got that in my watch later list on YouTube. I'm going to watch that. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, but that would be great. Motor City Machine Guns. Hell yeah, man. All right, last thing here. Who do you think can return to Impact Wrestling? I would like to see Raven have one more match. I think he's too banged up. Oh, gosh. A return. I tell you what, thinking about Hall of Fame and maybe one last match, maybe Victoria, or whatever she was called. And she went by a couple different names in Impact Wrestling TNA, She that's right, smash that like button and smash that sub button and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Can't remember what the hell. Tara, that's what she was called. Don't grow old, people. It sucks. I tell you, you just drink more coffee and forget more shit. Then you add stuff to your coffee just for, No. All right. Take care, guys. We will talk to you down the road real soon. Don't forget, J-Bone's Jacked Up Jukebox debuts on Anchor FM this Friday. Be there.